Well, I rescued one today from the jetski farmland back over there. We rescued the GTS, which is not too terrible bad. What I'm going to do is try and put the engine out of the XP in it. Like I said, this one don't have an engine in it. It's pretty clean down in there though. It don't have an electrical box. It does have the engine, which is locked up. It's a 587. So we're gonna get it home. We're gonna pressure wash this thing, get it cleaned up, and we'll get to try and get this thing back in the water. This is just dry rotted here. It's held on with some string, which is probably gonna fly off. Don't have the start button, it's missing. It's got the reverse choke. At least it got the start button there. I got the little vent somewhere. I think I put it in the back of the truck. Let's see. There it is. Don't want to lose the vent. That's a $5 item. We'll put that in here. But yeah, it's a, I'm thinking it's a let's see what year it is. It is a 95. It's a 95. It's got all the bird nest in there. It looks like I can't really see the wear ring. Looks like the wear ring might be good. Seat's kind of rough. This one's just sitting on there. I guess we can. Ooh, look at that. Ant Central. They're everywhere. I guess we'll take that off. Got a rough spot here, but that's no problem. These ants are gonna be going bye-bye once we get going. It's got the steering. It was all the way full of water, but we'll try and get it back on the road. It's got so much dirt in there. But anyway, we'll try and get this one back on the road. 95 GTS. Good trailer, good tires. So anyway, we'll get it home and we'll see if we can get it cleaned up. Just one more thing, looking up under, it looks real good. The intake grate's not busted. So yeah, we're gonna get her home and get her cleaned up. So stay tuned. So went ahead and got some of the leaves off of it. What I'm gonna do now is get some mean green on it so we can try and let it soak and get some of this tree sap off of it. This thing is horrible. Really get into it. It's on there tight. Now I got the old mean green. I'm gonna spray it down real good. Hopefully this gets a lot of that tree sap. I really need to pick it up and let it run off. We'll spray it down real good. This thing is funky, bunky. That's a sponge. Looks like it came from Arkansas originally. It's pretty dirty. I'm gonna get me a sponge and we'll get to scrubbing. Try and get some of this murky brown stuff off the side. So I got the Bars Keeper's Friend. We sprinkle some of this on here. Hopefully we'll be able to let it sit. This stuff is on there bad. I mean, it's really moldy. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. So after putting the bars on there, I'm using this Scotch-Brite pad. And that's the only thing that's gonna get this tree sap off of here. That stuff is on there really good. Sun baked, but you can see it's taking this mildew stains off of it. Pretty good. This thing here is done. Pad right here. But the bars works pretty good though. It's really taking it off. I just hope it don't take the shine away from the fiberglass, but I'm pretty sure there's no shine left anyway. Starting to get dark on me too. Got some deep water lines on it. I say this is the worst one yet. The bar stuff works pretty good. This thing here is really just garbage. It could go. It's this styrofoam thingy. Got the sensor in it. Blast it off of there. Yeah, this stuff works wonders. Mean green can't touch that. So what I'm gonna do now, go ahead and spray it off again, and then we'll wipe it down again. But it's coming clean though. Well, it's dark, but look at it. It looks pretty good. She cleaned up pretty good. I still got a little bit more scrubbing to do, but we got all those hard water lines back off. And it's looking pretty good. It's just got all this dirt and all the cracks and stuff. You can use a little cleaning, but not bad. Everything is in here. We got all the exhaust stuff, so we should be able to transfer everything over. This was, I believe, yes, this was a single carb. So looks pretty good. Are you wet? So we got the now newly clean GTS in the shop. We're just checking it out, see what was missing. Basically everything is there, but I did find out something that I thought was good, but it ain't. I went ahead and pulled the nose off of it, and I found out that the wear ring is bad. You can see cracks in there around the wear ring, so it's going to need a wear ring. I'm going to go ahead and pull the whole section off and check the pump bearings and all, in case it needs a kit. But it definitely needs a wear ring. But I got the GTI in here and the XP, and just really walking this thing over to see what was all wrong with it. We know the engine's locked up, so yeah, she's definitely gonna need a wear ring, which I can easily put in. So might be a little bit before she get on the water. Still got engine swap, handlebar pad, but be good to have two GTI and a GTS. I mean, I think my GTI is a 96, I believe, in which this one's is a 95. So anyway, just sharing the news. Well, I picked up this almost free 95 SPI. It don't have an engine in it, but it's got some useful parts that we might can use for other projects. It's got the handlebar pad. I think we'll work on the GTS because it's missing one. It's got just the seat, the base of the seat on it. He said it's got a good ignition system, which I think he said might need a starter solenoid. But it does have a little toolkit thing, which is empty. And we'll get up in there and take a look on the inside. Inside here, like I said, it's super clean. He had started cleaning it out, and then he found out he couldn't get it registered because of it had previous owners and they couldn't find them. So still got the control box unit here. I think he said that ignition coil was brand new. What happened to the engine? It locked up. I do have. Oh, it does have the pump on the backside. It's not. It's just sitting in there. It's supposed to go up in there. But it's got some useful parts that we can use on something else. A lot of useful parts. So somebody put a start button on there. So anyway, 95 SP or SPI. I say these little tool things, they come in handy. The little tray has got a crack in it. It's got the gas tank in it. Got the oil bottle in it. Got some good cables, throttle cable. Pretty slick. So anyway, that's it on this thing. So I had a little thought in my head to try and see if this 587 motor will even turn over. So I sprayed some PV blaster up in it. There's a little surface rust on this right hand cylinder. So what I did was just spray some PV blaster in there and just kind of put a pry bar on the flywheel. It's got a little movement to it. I can't remember what he told me what was wrong with it. If he bought the ski like this, I mean, these things have been sitting up so many years. No telling what was wrong with it. But it looks like it's never been into. So what I'm going to do, I'm I'm gonna go ahead and pop this cover off here, and we're gonna get a socket on the flywheel, actually the crankshaft bolt, and we'll see we can get it to move. There's a little play in it, but I don't want to damage, you know, the flywheel. Putting something on the teeth where the starter goes, break off the flywheel teeth. That wouldn't be good. But just for shits and giggles, we'll at least try and see if this thing even turn over. It's been sitting out under the carport with no spark plugs in it. So it did have some leaves and stuff in the holes. So we'll see. Might get lucky. Might not get lucky. Would have already had this off and my battery's dead on my battery powered ratchet. Watch we take this off and it's just full of water or some crap. One more. All right, 10,000 screws later. Let's see. Well, got some dust. Now there's some water in it. See if we can get a socket, put it on there with a ratchet. That size, no. Find the right socket to go on there. Get your head together. All right. Tight. Oh yeah. Tight. Yeah, it's probably seized up in the crank. There. She is tight. no doubt about it. There's a little movement in it, not very much. Seized up pretty good. She ain't flooded. That's about as best as it's gonna get. So it's probably seized up in the bottom end. Like I said, they probably didn't pre-mix it right. Who knows? Been getting rained in all these years. So we're just gonna not even fool with that motor. Just move on with the plan. I was just curious to see if I could get it to turn over. So hey, I give it a shot. So anyway, robbed the handlebar pad off of the SP and just kind of put it on there. I mean, I know it's not the right one for it, but you know, I just went ahead and put it on there anyway, just to make it look better than not having one. Thing is not bad. I mean, looks pretty decent. All but the seat. But anyway, I get a chance, we're gonna rip this motor out of the SP and well, not the SP, the XP, and we're gonna put it over in the GTS. And I ordered the wear ring, and we got some jet pump oil and the neoprene seal to go behind the jet pump. Ordered all that, so that'll be in. Alright, so I let this engine sit with some PB blaster in it all day today, and I went ahead and pulled the stator cover off, and I'm going to put a ratchet on it and just see what kind of results we'll get. Hopefully this thing turns over. Like I say, I don't remember exactly what he said was wrong with it. I don't know if he bought the ski like this, or I think he said something about somebody rebuilt it, but I doubt that. The only thing I know is when I picked it up, it was sitting on the ground with no spark plugs in it. So, got the socket, ratchet ready. Hopefully I don't break nothing. Oh. Got a little movement. Move it that way. I need to stop really. I think I'm afraid of before I try and turn it all the way over. There's leaves all down in the carburetor. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this carburetor off. And I'm scared that the leaves might fall down through the intake. It'll get down in that rotor, but it is starting to turn. That's good. It had a little movement earlier. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it sit. I'm not gonna rush it. So see about getting this carburetor off here. Yeah. Man, they got those bolts tight. Guess they've never been off before. Ooh, man, Loctite on there. to be a 1/2-inch wrench for that carburetor. Oh man, these bolts are super tight. Got one of these carburetors, you gotta take the nuts loose and raise the carburetor up as you take them loose. I don't know. I hate to open this. Stuff fall down in there, but I don't have a choice. I can't get that bolt off. I expect you to get this side. Guess they want you to, man, it's a loud truck. I guess they want you to take this throttle shaft out just to get the carburetor nut out of there. Weird. Anyway, let me fiddle around with that, then we'll get the carburetor off. So I got the carburetor off, and like I said, I sprayed some more PB Blaster in there, and it's starting to turn over. Let's see. I heard compression. It's still a little rough. Got some rust at the top of the cylinder. But I hear compression though. Right there. We can just get it pushed past that rust. Definitely what it is. Got some rust in it. I think I'm going to take some brake cleaner and spray off in there and see can we rinse that stuff out. It's a mix between rust and trash. Brake on there in the intake. Maybe I had to clean some of that stuff out of there. A lot of rust down in there. All right. See, can we put some more PB Blaster in there? So it does turn. A little persuasion. The bad thing is we don't have an intake on it, so all the oil is kind of running off the top of the piston. Maybe we can prop it up on one side, and that'll kind of keep it level, so the oil can stay on top of it. Wow, she's turning over pretty easy now. Gets there, she freezes up, so it's definitely rust hear it. Whenever it gets past that rusty spot, there it goes. It's trying. It's just got some surface rust. Probably gonna have to pull the head off of it. Look out, the rust in there. It's right there and stop. I don't know if it's cylinder related or crank. It gets right there and clink. Guess I need to get my pull bar and put it on there, my breaker bar, I mean. Man, it's muggy hot today. Let me get my breaker bar and we'll put it on there and go back and forth. If that don't work, we end up putting the head off of it. So I got the breaker bar and I've been kind of going back and forth with it. I can feel compression over here. There's compression on this cylinder here. Yeah, there's compression on this cylinder because with this cylinder over here, I think the lanes are stuck. This is the cylinder that had the rust in it. So it won't turn all the way over. In fact, I see where the chunk's coming out of there. Gets that one spot and stops. Locks in that one spot. So there's got to be some rust on there. So what I'm probably going to do is just pull the head off of it. I don't want to break a ring. So let's just pull the head off of it and look down in that cylinder and see exactly what it's looking like. But I do feel compression on this side. Hopefully that's where the problem is. I think it is. Because I don't feel any compression. There's that part. Guarantee you there's some rust on that cylinder. not letting it turn all the way over. And now we need to get these bolts right here off. I hate to have to tear it apart, you know, but definitely, I think it's some rust in there, so I can clean the cylinder out. This will tell us if it's in the bottom end or the top end. That's what I like about freshwater skis. All the boats, they come out real easy. They're not breaking off. So we need to see some rust on there. I don't see any detonation marks. Oh yeah, it's just a bunch of rust. I don't remember that earlier. Like that. You can see this bunch of rust on top of that piston. Yeah, it's pretty rusty. Just backing that off. This one looks good. Just the rings are stuck. Looks like it got blew up. I think all that happened is the rings are stuck on it from sitting up. So I think we can get some lubrication around these rings and clean this cylinder wall up. The piston comes up, but it's not wanting to clear. Oh yeah, it's like a rust ring. Actually, the cylinder's still good. So can we clean that out? Use my little homing gun, homing tool, cylinder home. Just want to lightly hit it. It rolls over pretty good until it gets up to that spot. lightly get rid of that rust. We get it with a roll over, then we'll know that the crank is not locked up. I still don't know why they removed it though. Woo. A little bit of spray that dirt out of there. Now let's see what it roll over. Oh yeah, there she goes right there. She rolls over now. Cylinder feels good too. It's just got a lot of rust in it where rust on top of the pistons where it's set. The water got on it. And the rings are shut. But it does roll over. It's blowing PB blaster at me out the vacuum hole. So I'm gonna say this engine probably can be saved. I mean, it's not seized up, so that's a good thing. And that means the crank is good. I think it just set. Now we can just get those rings to free up if they're not rusted in half. We'll be good to go. So what I'm going to do is take something and clean this ring groove out on top of the piston, and we'll let it soak in some oil. And we'll see if we can get some compression out of it. We'll put the head back on, just bolt it down, and we'll see what happens. So this might be a winner chicken dinner here. So just keep on the lookout. Like I say, on the jet ski projects, and we'll see if we can get this engine going. If we can get this engine going, we'll just stick it back in the ski that it came out of. And that'll be good. So just keep hitting that like button, that subscribe button, like I said, and y'all stay safe. Just when you thought I was done. No, I'm not. So I was able to get the cylinder off. The bottom ring is free. The top ring is what's frozen. And I think it's an L ring. So what I was going to try and do is get it freed up without breaking it. Probably going to be nearly impossible. I just went ahead and took it off just to speed up the process. That thing is rusted in there solid. Piston looks good though. Bottom end looks good too. Just the ring is frozen in there. Probably have to end up removing this piston and soak it in something. Like I said, the bottom end of the motor looks good. It had a little dirt in it, but crank bearing seems tight on that side anyway. So I'm gonna get that piston off and soak it and get the ring free. Now I'm going.